That Rolex collection you see as a rock-solid asset? It's probably worth half of what you think. That's not a guess, it's a calculation. And today, I'm going to walk you through the hard numbers that prove it. By the end of this video, you will understand the 3 hidden deductions that systematically destroy your watch's real-world value. If you appreciate brutal honesty about luxury assets like this video, subscribe and hit the bell for more. For about 2 years between 2020 and early 2022, Rolex prices went vertical in a classic speculative mania. This created an entire generation of owners who anchored their expectations to bubble-era highs. But that party is over, and the hangover is severe. The market isn't just down, it's down hard. The first and most violent deduction from your collection's value is the market crash itself. According to the Bloomberg Subdial Watch Index, which tracks the 50 most traded models, prices for the big 3, Rolex, Patek Philippe, and Audemars Piguet, are down a staggering 41% from their peak in the spring of 2022. This isn't a minor dip. Morgan Stanley confirmed that prices fell for 13 consecutive quarters heading into 2025. This is a long, grinding devaluation. The poster child for this volatility is the Rolex Daytona. During the mania, its average price soared to an almost fictional $54,000. It then suffered a cataclysmic 51% crash, the most severe correction of any major Rolex model. In contrast, a more classic piece like the Datejust saw a more modest correction of only 14%. This proves not all Rolexes are created equal, but the overall trend is brutally negative. The first hit to your collection's value is simply accepting that the peak prices were an illusion. The second deduction is the unseen erosion of carrying costs. A watch is not a bar of gold you can hide in a vault for free. It costs you money every single day you own it, creating a guaranteed negative yield. First, there's servicing. This is not optional, it's mandatory. Inside that case, specialized lubricants are degrading and rubber gaskets that ensure water resistance are perishing. Rolex recommends a full service every 5 to 7 years. The cost? A basic service starts around $800 to $1,200. For a complex watch like a Daytona that can easily exceed $2,000. Then there's insurance. Your standard homeowner's policy is basically useless, often capping jewelry coverage at just $1,500. You need a specialized policy, and the industry standard is 1 to 2% of your watch's appraised value every single year. Let's put that in perspective. For a single $15,000 Submariner, your 10-year cost of ownership for insurance and one service will be over $3,550. That's nearly 24% of the watch's initial value completely gone. Your watch must appreciate by more than 2% every single year just for you to break even. The third and final deduction happens the moment you decide to turn your watch back into cash. The market value you see listed on a dealer's website is a fantasy from a seller's perspective. That's the price a dealer is asking a buyer to pay, not what they are willing to pay you. The difference is the price of liquidity. The fastest way to get cash is to sell to a grey market dealer, but they have to make a profit. Their buy-sell spread is a direct cost to you, typically 10 to 15% below the watch's retail market price. For example, a Submariner listed for $10,500 might get you a dealer offer of $8,800. That 16% gap is the fee for getting your money quickly. You could try a private sale on a platform like Chrono24. You might get a higher price, but you assume all the risk of fraud, damage returns, and swapped movements. On top of that, the platform still takes its cut. Chrono24 charges a 6.5% commission. There is no scenario where you, the seller, walk away with 100% of the advertised market value. So let's put it all together. Let's take a hypothetical 3-watch collection, a Daytona, a GMT Master II, and a Submariner that had an on-paper value of $100,000 at the market's peak in early 2022. First, the market correction knocks 41% off the top. Your collection is now worth $59,000 on paper. Over the next 3.5 years, carrying costs for insurance and prorated servicing eat away another $7,000. Finally, you decide to sell to a dealer who takes their 15% spread, another $9,000. The final number is shocking. Your $100,000 collection nets you about $43,000 in your pocket. That is a 57% drop from its perceived peak value. While this is for informational purposes and not financial advice, the calculation is a stark reality check. This isn't to say you shouldn't own a Rolex. They are objects of incredible craftsmanship and style. But as a simple financial investment, the popular narrative is a profound misconception. So here is my question for the comments. Knowing all this, do you see your watches as a passion asset or a financial one? Let me know.